Hey crafters, Suzanne here in the studio today with our collection obsession. It was Die Cuts With A View Cotton Fields. And this was a pad that both my sister and I each had the individual pads. So this was a lot of paper to begin with, and we used about half of it. I also used about half of the embellishments I had pulled out. So when I got back from her house and scrapping, I actually broke down the embellishments and put those back into my stash, and she and I had at the end traded some papers back and forth. So I will put this back in my stash, and I will probably use this again, but I think when I get around to it, I'll want to do a fresh kit. So let's look at the actual layouts, shall we? Here is the first. Okay, isn't this pretty? Basically, we've got four pieces of paper in the background, and then we have this sort of center panel, and then we've just decorated it. One of the fun things I did here, I have a little bottle punch, a little jar punch. So we actually punched that out of vellum and put it on top of a flower bouquet here. And then cut it down a little bit because it nearly matched this one here. And just the fact that it's a different texture, I think adds a lot to that. So that was kind of fun. We've got gingham ribbon here. I actually used some of those little rubber epoxies. This is an old quick quotes, "You were made for amazing things." So it's really fun to use really old stuff that maybe doesn't look like it went with anything until you actually start putting it on a layout. These old SEI flowers, so really fun. We were getting a lot of our starting points off of Pinterest. Here we have this one. This is a lot of fun. I've actually used that rickrack. We've got these big half circles. I've used the little sequin embellishments there, as well as sequin butterflies. So very fun. Got lots of sparkle on this one. There's sparkle on the die cuts. It was kind of interesting because on a couple of the pages where there was sparkle applied was different from her pad to my pad. It was mostly the same, but on a couple, I don't know whether a few pages just were at the end of the run or something and didn't get it, but there's that one. I really did like the black papers in this pad. I was excited to use up these resist flowers. Those have been in my stash and my color boxes for a long time. And then we used my sister had a camera die, so we used that. Here again, we've got some little epoxy flowers from Queen & Company. Those weren't in my kit, but they were in my tote that I had taken, so I added those in. And then I've gotten use out of those flares. So super pretty, I think. And you can use this kind of layout for anything. I mean, because you got right here would be the perfect place to add in a title. So this could be for birthdays, it could be for anything. Like this next one as well. Here my focal point are the birds, because there are birds in this one paper. And I had a bunch of wood birds left, wood veneer. And so then I punched out some circles. And then here I've layered a label and a punch out. And then we've got the glitter from the hello and the stars. So alrighty, and then last but not least, this was actually the last one we did. Here again, we like that black. It really offsets things. I finished off some more of my ribbon. And then we fussy cut these butterflies were in 3x4, 4x6 journaling cards. We actually fussy cut those in order to be able to use them. In fact, this one was a set of 3. We had 2 of those cards, so we just used 2 over here. And then so we had a third butterfly because we like to do groupings of 3. So odd numbers are good. And then if you're going to add in something else, you notice we added in 2. So now we're at 5 instead of 6. We didn't go ahead and add in 3 of these. We just added 2. And then I've got a couple over here. Have a great day. And then over here. So that was 8 pages out of basically half a paper pad. So we were quite happy with that and then ready to move on to other things. I hope you've enjoyed this month's collection obsession. I can't wait to see what I do next month. I hope you'll come and watch. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. Bye for a bit.